Luke Humphries, congratulations. It is your second major title in a matter of weeks. The smile says it all. Just sum up what the day's been like for us.
Yeah, it's been a really, really tough day. I had to rely on that European Tour experience that I've had over the last couple of years, where I seem to play my best stuff in semi-finals and finals. But Rob Cross is good as that as well, so I knew that it was going to be tough tonight, and it is a grueling day. But for me, to pick up another major title after, winning my first ones not so long ago, it's a dream come true. It's something that I didn't really imagine, I didn't think of. I think I said in a couple of my interviews that I'd love to pick up another one before the year comes in, but that you want it doesn't mean it's going to happen. So for me to do it is it's a real a good bit of confidence. Obviously to win two majors such a close time. That's some doing. So yeah, I'm really proud of that one.
What's the feeling like compared to Leicester?
Yeah, I mean, the Leicester one will never be beaten unless it's a world title, because of course when you win your first, it's always the most special. The way I did it, the way it started, the way I finished it, it was the dream. It could never have been any better, that first one. Not saying that my second one isn't any just as good, but the first one always means the most, and then obviously the second one. I mean, this is a really, really tough one to win. I think the five toughest ones in my opinion in the calendar is the Worlds, the Premier League, the Match Play, the Grand Prix and the Grand Slam. They're the most grueling, they're the hardest ones to win. So to win two of them five is something I never imagined to do in a calendar year. So yeah, I'm really pleased.
12 months ago, Michael Smith won that exact same trophy and went on to win Ali Pali. Are you a believer in omens?
Not particular. I think Michael Smith's a different breed. He's been around for about 12 to 15 years and about 10 years longer than I have. And he's a much accomplished player than I am as well. As much as he maybe didn't win his first until the Grand Slam, he was a fantastic player for a 10 years solid, making major finals. He was unlucky in some of them. So yeah, I think Michael's obviously a much more accomplished player than I am. Obviously just because I've won the two majors out of the last two or three, it doesn't mean I'm just going to go to the Worlds and win that with ease. It's going to be even tougher. It's going to be harder. It's going to be more pressure. But we'll have to see what happens there. I just feel like what I've done this year has exceeded all expectations. But there's that little thing in my mind that thinks you can do two things at once, being world champion and world number one. So of course when I walk onto that stage, I'm going to be giving it full focus to win the world title. You may not be aware, but you have gone favourite to win that world championship now. Really? Wow.
What does that say to you?
Well, that's obviously really nice from them, but I don't think I'm favourite. Of course, I'm just Luke. I just think of myself as a decent-ish player sometimes, and I can nick a trophy here and there. But I mean that's nice from whoever's done that. But I still think there's a lot of players in front of me that's got a lot more experience, a lot more pedigree. I've won a lot more than I have. There's three players in front of me in the world rankings that I don't need to name names. Them three have got a bigger pedigree than me and won a lot more than I have. So, but yeah, I mean, regardless of favourites or not favourites, I think it's going to be a great World Championships. But I've got next week to worry about. Yeah, I'm still another major to go before I'm even thinking about the Worlds.
After the quarter-final, you said you may be the best player in the world right now. Are you now the best player in the world right now too,
maybe
mate?
The best player in the world today. Best player in the world today. Yeah, that's just one of them things that I think, you could be the best player in the world right now, and then next weekend I could be the second best player in the world or the third best player in the world. If Gezi picks up a title, Michael picks up a title, then all of a sudden I'm, the second best player. So, I can accept that maybe I am the best player in the world today. But, it fluctuates so much because we're in an era now, like I always say, we're full of fantastic dart players, and it may be, like I said, maybe in the last couple of months I've been the best player in the world, but it fluctuates quite a lot. So, but I'm happy it's been a couple of months.
Luke, many congratulations.
Thank you, Phil.
Luke, a fantastic night for yourself and a fantastic Grand Prix final as well. What was the match like to play, and how did it feel up there to be throwing as well as you were throwing?
Yeah, it felt a lot more smoother than it did in the Grand Prix. It felt a lot of hard work. I didn't play consistently well throughout the Grand Prix. Like I said, when you get that first one over the line, I think everything else becomes a lot easier. I think consistently I was much more better in this tournament.
Yeah.
But like I've said in previous interviews, that you win that first and it gives you a different confidence. You can go on and win more and more, and it's no coincidence that over 5-6 years of my career I've not won a major title, and all of a sudden I've won two in 5 or 6 weeks. So I've got to give credit to that Grand Prix when it's allowed me to unleash the beast to be a different player.
And we often talk about this time of year being a good time to be in form. You've obviously won 2 majors in the space of 4 or 5 weeks now. You must be looking at these next few weeks as a big opportunity to sort of cash in on some excellent form.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a great opportunity now to pick up as many major titles as I want. Not just this, my whole career ain't going to rely on the next 4 to 5 weeks. It's going to rely on the next 20 years. And if the Players' Championships don't go well and the Worlds don't go well, I'm not going to panic. It is what it is. I'm hoping I'm going to stand here in 20 years' time and be picking up 10, 15 major titles. I don't think that my career relies on the next couple of weeks because I've been playing well. But I stand every chance, just like everybody, the top 4 does. I think it's me, Michael van Gerwen and Gezi. We're all going to be really looking forward to the Worlds. We really want to win it, but of course there's probably another 20 that could win it. So it's going to be possibly one of the best World Championships we've ever seen.
And we've asked you the age-old Premier League question time over time over the years. Finally now, are you in?
We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm hoping I'm in now. I think I'm not sure if I can be caught in the top 4 in the world, but hopefully they don't change it to the top 3 and then I have to nervously wait. But no, I think that may be sorted now. But I'm happy the way it worked out. I think this year it was. I was devastated to lose out on that, but of course, I think a lot of people at the top of the board probably thought new dad. They know what they're doing. Maybe if they'd have put me in the Premier League, I wouldn't be sat here with 2 major titles. Maybe I would have, it might have ruined me, and I would have never been the player I am right now. So, the top people in the PDC know what they're doing, and that's maybe why they didn't select me. And they'll probably be looking at it and be like, "We know what we're doing. Don't worry." So, next year I've got to have a busy schedule, but I'm looking forward to it. I think if I'm going to partake in my first Premier League, now's the time to do it. I think after the recent success.
Okay. Cheers for your time.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Luke, you've got a tournament average of over 100, but you still look so fresh. How much more do you have in the tank? Not just for next week, but just moving forward.
Oh yeah, go another 20 legs. Yeah. I feel like I could go another game, but that's not. That's down to losing the weight and feeling more fresh and doing things that suit me and help me towards these things. I probably could play another game up there, and about an hour and a half before the game I'm thinking I'm really tired, I don't know how this is going to go. So I think the adrenaline helps you through. The European Tour has been a massive catalyst for my success. I'll pay dividends to that because that really has helped me and made me the player I am today. So all them, you start off on the bottom, you work your way up, you win these Pro Tours, Euro Tours, all this experience takes you up, and then the Grand Prix title was a massive stepping stone, and I feel like if I didn't win that Grand Prix I don't think I would have played like I did in the final, but I felt relaxed, I felt at my best, and I thought I had a fantastic tournament. To be fair, I know the semis wasn't my full potential, but it's hard to play that well all the time.
In the final, was it in your mind to try and hit that double 16 early? It took 13 attempts against James to finally get it, and then you hit it early on in this. Was the not so great performance against James in your mind heading into this final, or was it just completely gone and focused on?
No, I mean, I won the game, so it was never in the back of my mind. If you'd have lost the game, you probably would have gone home and it would have been in your back of your mind for a day or two, but I think, like I just said, you can't be perfect. You can't always be 100 averages, massive 180s, massive checkouts. And I think I had 6 out of the 7 games 100 average, good finishing, good 180s. So you just got to allow yourself that bad game, but you got to hope that bad game comes at the right time, and you cash in on it. And I did. Allowed myself to get in the final and play well. I think I didn't really didn't look too much into that the James Wade game because he's a tough player to beat, and I just felt that I was never going to play my best against James because good friends, and as much as I play well against Ryan, so he's my best mate. But yeah, sometimes it's hard to play against people that you really do like. But he's been another massive part of my career. He's a good player, James, and we love practicing together. So he's helped me out this week as well.
And you gave the World Grand Prix trophy to your father on his mantelpiece, but are you going to keep this one for yourself?
I mean, he's got to get a bigger mantelpiece. I keep giving him trophies. I think the Grand Prix trophy was so heavy that I didn't think it would fit on his mantelpiece. But yeah, I'm going to keep this one, unless he wants to swap it. But I think I'll keep this one. But if he wants to keep it for a couple of weeks, then he can have it, of course. Because, like I said on the stage, I love my dad to pieces. He's been a massive part of my success, and I wouldn't be where I am today without him. So if he wants it, he can have it. I don't mind him.
You might have to make room for another one in January.
No, that would need a proper, that would need a reinforced one, you know. But yeah, I'm hoping that that's the case. I'd love to be taking 3 trophies from my dad and say, yeah, sort that out. So yeah, that'd be a nice thing to have. But of course, like I've said many times, it's going to be a tough World Championship to win, and I'm really looking forward to it because there's fantastic players there.
Luke, huge well done, thank you.
Thank you.
Luke, you averaged over 100 in every game this tournament, apart from the one with James Wade. Do you think anyone can outscore you on the tour right now?
Yes, I think there's plenty of people that can, not outscore me, but can match me for sure. I don't think that my game is in a position where people can outscore me, but I think there's a lot of people that can match me. Good 6 or 7, maybe 8 people that can definitely match my scoring. So yeah, I think I don't think that my scoring is superior to anybody else particularly, but in the last couple of weeks, maybe the last couple of months, it has been more superior than anybody else on the tour. So yeah, it's been a good feeling knowing that my scoring's been at a really good high level.
And the Grand Slam's held over a week, whereas the Worlds are held over 3 weeks. Do you think you can sustain this type of performance over a longer period of time?
We'll find out. I think I've been made 3 quarterfinals at the World Championships, and that's been over a couple of weeks, 2 weeks. Obviously the quarter, semis and final can be over 3 days straight, and then grueling days. I feel like I've had a couple of grueling days here. I've been away for 8 days, so it's been really tough. But if anybody can do it, I can do it. I feel like I've gained this new ability to be able to play when I'm not 100%. I feel a little bit tired and stuff. I feel like I can still play at my best.
And 5 Euro Tour tournament wins over the past 2 years. Is it getting tougher losing them?
Losing's never good, of course, but yeah, on the Euro Tour it's been fantastic. I've won a lot more games than I've lost. But I am probably one of the best losers on the tour. I know that sometimes when you lose, you just have to take it on the chin, and there's been plenty of moments this year where I've lost, probably should have won, and just don't let it beat me up anymore. A couple of years ago it would have, but now I'm a more sort of more of a mental head that allows me not to let them defeats get me down. And once you get these moments, you have to accept that they're not going to happen all the time. You have to accept that you're going to have these downs and lots of ups, lots of downs. But I'm hoping there's going to be a lot more ups in the future. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Oh, and talk about the support that you've had, because not just tonight, but over the whole week, the crowd's really been on your side this week.
Yeah, the crowd's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. I think on social media I've had a lot of people messaging in saying, I'm boring, I got no personality, or all this stuff. It's people tag me and stuff, but apparently the crowd don't think I am, and my game has been in a good place. I think sometimes people forget that I've worked really hard to get to this moment. Incredibly hard. Lost a lot of weight, battled a lot of mental health problems and stuff like that, and now I'm working hard and reaping the rewards. So I don't really care as long as I'm picking up trophies, and I'm not really too fussed. But the crowd have been on my side in front of a lot of people that I would have expected. Obviously against Gary they were fair against me, so yeah, the crowd have been fantastic, and I really appreciate it.
It's not a bad old venue to play out of this, is it?
I love it. I love it. I've 2 years I've been here, and it's gone really well both years. Semi-final last year, winner this year. It has a special feeling. I think Gezi has that feeling as well. I think when he comes here he feels really good. He's won 3 times. I like the venue, like the practice room, love the place. It's all great. So yeah, I'm hoping that we stick with this, and I'll be back next year to defend my title.
Oh, nice one, cheers. Look, congrats tonight.
Thank you very much.
Luke, could I just ask you, you've won tournaments at 2 different formats of the game now, with the double top and the straight leg format. How do you prepare for the sets format of the Worlds and going on to win that?
Just keep smashing in 1As, and hopefully it's good enough. I just think I've played in many World Championships now. I don't think there's any way I'm prepare any different for it. I think obviously the last couple of weeks have been my scoring at my best. And if I go into the Worlds playing that, and I just know I'll be a tough player to beat. That's all I ask for myself. When I walk up onto that stage, in my mind, I think just be a hard player to beat. If you don't play well, then you won't beat me. Sort of attitude, and I made it very, very hard for anybody to beat me this weekend. So if I do that at the Worlds, then and a big performance happens and they beat me, then you just shake their hand and congratulate them, because sometimes you can play at your best and still not win. But I just pride myself on being at my best, playing well, and if someone plays better than you, then that is what it is.
Do you think you're just proving a point?
I'm not really proving any points. I think I'm here just to every tournament to win. You know, I don't need to prove a point to any person. You know, I've worked really hard to get to these moments, and you know, 2 major finals in the last couple of weeks and won them both. You know, so for me, the only point I've proven is to myself that I can do it. And like I keep saying, I've worked so hard to really hard to be in these moments. So for me, every time I make a major final, is go in and cash in and win. And yeah, it seems to be working. So yeah, if I can keep doing that, then you know, the world's my oyster.